You see chicken prints in the snow. You do not have chickens. Could they be Lantukh? So what are Lantukh, you say? According to Marek Tavusky, they are small shadim, approximately demons in English, with chicken feet and long tongues. In other sources, they are little friendly sprites that live in human homes. In fact, there are quite a few folktales of little mischievous, but mostly friendly shadim in Ashkenazi and European Jewish folklore. They go by different names: Shretele, Lapitut, and Lantukh. Most common name is Shretele. Shretele most often refer to the helpful house sprites. They may live in your chimney, under your bed, or even under your covers. Shretele may even help out around the house, but only for a fee. They will keep you well stocked in cooking fat or even vodka, causing containers to continuously refill. Beatrice Weinreich recorded the following story in her Etymology of Yiddish Folktales. One Saturday evening in fall, after the holidays, my great-grandmother was standing beside the stove, rendering down goose fat. She was all alone in the kitchen. The house was hushed and still. Suddenly, in the chimney corner, she saw a tiny hand stretched out, palm up, as if it were asking for something. She felt terribly frightened, but forced herself to remain calm, while she put a piece of crackling into the little hand. Then she started to pour the rendered fat from the frying pan into containers. But no matter how often she poured the pan, it stayed full. She poured and poured until every vessel in the house was brimming with fat, every pot, every pitcher, every tub, and the fat continued to flow as from a spring. There is quite a bit of overlap between Ashkenazi and Christian European folklore. Similarities with those of elves and Slavic domovoi. Do you know the Grimm fairy tale, The Elves and the Shoemaker? There is an almost identical story in Pinchas Sadeh's Jewish folktales called The Little Shoemaker. In both stories, there's a kindly but struggling shoemaker. After selling a pair of shoes, he is only able to buy just enough food and just enough leather to make one more pair of shoes. One day, he cuts out all the leather for the next pair of shoes and goes to bed. The next morning, he discovers a beautiful pair of shoes. He then purchases more leather, cuts out the pieces, and again leaves them on his table that evening. In the morning, he again discovers that a beautiful pair of shoes have already been created. The cycle continues for many evenings, and the shoemaker becomes quite prosperous. One night, the shoemaker and his wife really want to know who are making these marvelous shoes. They decide to stay up late and keep an eye out. They discover little men in rags building the shoes. They feel so grateful for the little shoemakers that they decide to make them beautiful little outfits, which they lay out for the shoemakers. Unlike in most stories of Shretele, the shoemakers decide that now that they have such nice clothing, they no longer need to work and run away forever. Other than deciding not to work after receiving a nice payment, the story of the little shoemakers really fits in with the general ethos of Shretele tales. As I mentioned before, these sprites are sometimes also called Lantukh, but Lantukh also have other stories about them. For one, some say they live in damp places and riverbeds, but some say that's also where Shretele live if they're not living in human homes. The stories of Lantukh tend to frame them as even more mischievous. Lantukh would even go to synagogue for morning prayers, where they would flick their long tongues at worshippers. They had a taste for the ladies, but supposedly they took their prayers a little bit more seriously on Yom Kippur, the Jewish Day of Repentance, because they would pray to be forgiven for their sins. I hope you enjoyed learning about Lantukh, Shretele, and Lapitut. If you wish to hang out with some of these mischievous spirits, please check out our role-playing game, Society of Rafa, where you play as a Rafa, a healer charged with caring for the health of your community and keeping peace with the local spirits.